I'm Lady T506. Welcome to my channel. Hello everyone's. I am here for Abducted in Plain Sight. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, you a family members, you one of my peoples, welcome back. This documentary movie was a lot. Now, I had heard about it from Kevin and McHale from the Scorpion Show. And it took me like a few days. I was like, I am not going to watch that. That just sounds like some trash and I'm just going to get upset. But, you know, a few days later, I'm like, I forgot all the details that they had said that went on. And when I watched it, I was like, I had to have said, I know you lying like at least 10 times watching this documentary. Now, if you have not watched it, pause this video and go see for yourself. You have to see it for yourself to fully understand the foolishness that went on. So the story revolves around Jan. She was 12 years old and a new family friend, I believe his name is Joe, came into the picture. Joe, he had daughters, was married, so you know, Joe and Jan's daddy, they was friends. The mothers were friends and the daughters were friends. Joe would pick them up, take them places. Everything was cool. And then it started to turn left. If I get in the picture, it was turned left. Now, watching, we see all the signs that Joe, not Joe, what's his name? Yeah, that Joe is not right. We see this, but for whatever reason, Jan and her parents don't see this. Like little things, like he started, okay, Jan, you and your sister, y'all two, you know, old to be sharing a room. Let me build y'all a room. That seems innocent enough, but he's trying to separate Jan from her family. At one point, now this may be out of order, but this is the way I'm going to give it to you. One point, the mother, what's her name? Mary Ann. We're not gonna go with names. We're gonna say Jan and Joe. They the main characters, and we're gonna just say the mama and the daddy. Okay. At one point, Joe and the mama, they get a little close. They get the kissing, going off places and kisses and hugging. Okay, that's innocent enough. They grown. I mean, yes, you married, but still. At one point in the movie, the daddy and Joe go off. And Joe out of his mouth says, me and the wife, we not really communicating right now. Things at home are messed up. I'm excited. Will you relieve my excitement? And the daddy sat there and said, okay. At this point, I'd be like, bruh, first of all, why are you excited and me and you in the presence? If me and you ain't together like that. Second, I'm about to punch you in your face asking me a question like that. But no punching in the face happened. Those were some things, you know, I was looking at Joe sideways. Then Joe comes to mom and daddy, was like, look at here. I'm a pedophile. He didn't use those words because it's like 1972. He comes to them and says his therapist has given him some treatment. And his treatment is to lay in the bed with Jane while she's sleeping. Now, at this point, mom and daddy, they have not jumped him. They have not called the police. They have not done anything. They say, well, oh, if it's for your treatment, well, sure, you can lay in the bed next to our 12-year-old daughter while she's sleeping. This is when the first, I know you lying, came out. I'm like, so I know it's supposed to be the 70s, but in what world do you think it's okay for this grown man to be laying in the bed with your 12-year-old daughter for his treatment? Yes. As time goes on, he comes to the house. Hey, I want to take Jane horseback riding. Now that we know how Joe is, I know you're not finna let this man do this. Now, y'all know back in the day when you wanted to spend it out over a friend's house or you wanted them to spend it over your house, if you wanted your friend to spend a night, you would have a friend go ask your mama then because it's a better chance your mama or daddy's saying, yeah, if the friend did it. Now, It would be different if he had his daughters with him to asking if Jan can go horseback riding. He don't even have his kids with him. And they was like, well, sure. Well, she has her piano lesson. Oh, we can go horseback riding after the piano lessons. No, my kids won't be with me. And no, I'm not taking her two younger sisters. It's just going to be me and Jan. And the mama says yes. I know you lying. Right there. See? I was already like, what is wrong with these people? Well, a few hours go past. No Jan, no Joe. We don't know what's going on. It took them five days before they called the authorities. Joe's wife came over. I don't know where he's at. This is 1972, so there's no cell phones. We don't know where they're at. And the whole time, the mom was sitting there, well, I didn't think he would do anything. This man has already told you, as my therapy, I need to lay in the bed with your 12-year-old daughter. When he took her horseback riding, he didn't have any other kids with him. And he got 3 kids. And nothing in her mind said, this ain't right. It took them 5 days. And I thought that Joe's brother had some sense, because he's just flat out, I knew that Joe was a pedophile from way back when. Like, he didn't have, a tendency to want to look at little girls or touch on little girls. I knew this from jump. I was like, at least somebody knows what's up. Until he phrased, well, he did molest our little sister, but she was only a half sister, so that don't really count. He said something that I'm paraphrasing. And I'm like, see, you canceled too. The mama canceled, the daddy canceled, and the brother canceled. So now we got to contact the FBI. Joe calls the brother up, so now brother's like, okay, I need to call the FBI. I need to get this girl back. They, find out where he says, okay, so this is what we're going to do. If I bring her back, you got to let us get married. Now, mind you, he got a whole wife and kids at home, but he want to marry Jan. Dad's like, no, we're not fit to do that. So they tracked him down. Now, before they track him down, Jan is laying in the back of a Winnebago, I'm assuming. She all drugged up because he done gave her some Benadryl. She wakes up to a recording sounding all distorted saying how she is part alien. Her mother is her mother. Her father is not. Her daddy is an alien. In order to, save the world, you have to conceive an alien child for us. And she believes it. Now, she's 12 years old, but, me as 12 years old, you couldn't tell me no mess like that, and I believed it. And then when she finally gets up after hearing this message, Joe was over there all bloodied and confused. Said they was driving down the street. He saw the white light, and next thing you know, where they at now. So she believes it. So now in her mind, I got to get pregnant by Joe if I want to save the world. So when they finally do get her, she's mad because her mission, I have to get pregnant by Joe if I want to save the world and all that other stuff. I can't tell anybody because my sister gonna go blind, my daddy gonna die. A lot of bad stuff is gonna happen if I tell that I'm an alien and I tell them Joe did something to me. So we thinking, okay, this is it. But then I noticed we got like almost an hour left on this show. This can't be it. Well, Joe then reached out to the mom and daddy and says, if you don't drop these charges, I'm going to tell everybody the daddy was relieving me and that me and you was kissing, mama. Okay? So y'all better drop these charges or I'm going to tell everybody what we've been up to. Now, remember, this is 1972, so it ain't like he had a cell phone recording all what was going on. They could have just denied it and just let him be rotting in jail. But no, they decide we gonna drop the charges or we made everything up. I know you lying. This man should have been in jail. Now he's out roaming the streets. Still contacting Jane. He's sending messages with other kids at school. So he could still talk to Jane. I'm like, are you serious? This cannot be going on. And if you thought that was bad, it's not. Because finally he like moved out of the state and opened up some kind of like Adventureland type of situation, amusement park. Jan want to go work for him for 2 weeks. And the mama lets her. Now, I'm sitting here like, you cannot be serious. This cannot be going on. You telling me that this man has kidnapped your daughter, had her for 5 weeks, and tried to marry her, blackmail child, and you letting your daughter go there to work with him. She comes back. At some point, the mama meets up with Joe and they start having an affair. I'm like, I know you lying. Like, what is really going on? And this is based on a true story, you guys. I'm just sitting there like, what else is going to happen? Because it can't get worse than this, can it? Well, Joe decides to tell that him and the mama been having an affair. So now the daddy, like, you know what? I'm taking my girls and I'm leaving. So he gets the girls from school or wherever they was at, and he's like, I'm gonna divorce her. Well, now she's all in her feelings, like, I can't let that happen. So she one day decides she gonna go home. She gonna meet with her family again. Jane, she's still mad because her mission is to get pregnant by Joe. So, you know, people won't die, the world won't end, people won't go blind, all this other stuff. So, one night she slips out and Joe kidnaps her again. Yes, again. But he tried to be smooth about it this time. This man hid her in an all-girls school, saying that he was part of the CIA. And if anybody come looking for her, they are dangerous people. Well, the FBI got involved. They had been, you know, stalking him or, you know, surveillancing him. And they found out where he was at. He left the phone book open to where he was looking up something, and they went to the school and found him. He get locked up, and he does less than 6 months in jail. I'm like, I know you lying. I know you lying. I know you lying. Well, after all this is going on, Jan, she's still out on her feelings because she need to, you know, get pregnant and make another alien baby and repopulate the world, all this stuff. She's still in her mind that she part alien. You couldn't have told me that when I was 12, but, you know, he didn't brainwashed her and, you know, groomed her, if you will, and all that other stuff. I'm just sitting like, the parents, we gonna get to that in a minute. But anyway, she said she wanted to go to some drama camp. So the mom was like, she wasn't really for sure, but she's like, okay. At drama camp, this boy got to taking a liking to her. So now she's scared, like, you know, what should I do? You know, I'm part alien and my goal is to get pregnant by Joe. At this point, she is falling in love with Joe. And she gets scared because, like, the family dog got sick and she thought it had something to do with her. The mama said, you know, the dog probably ate something bad. And then, like, her goal was, okay, I'm going to kill my sister and then kill myself because something happened. And then, like, finally she realized, Joe been lying to me. I am not an alien. I am a human being. This whole entire time he's been lying to me. And I'm like, yes. He's been lying to you, kidnapping you several times. And if you ask me, I think Joe and the daddy did a little more than him relieving Joe. That is just my thing. I think they was doing a lot more than what the daddy is willing to say. The mama, she was already started off kissing him. Then she had a whole 8-month affair with him. And probably wouldn't have stopped if he hadn't ratted her out. Well, years later, they decide to write a book. Now, Joe, he in his feelings because y'all telling lies and all that other stuff. She's like, no, this is not lies. This is what happened. They let the book get out there. But Joe ended up molesting somebody else, and they was going to give him a lot of time. But he ended up taking his life by taking a whole bunch of pills and some alcohol. But y'all, I could not believe what I was watching. I just, like, even, like, me telling y'all what's going on, like, seeing the people tell what happened, I was like, I know you lying. Like, the only adult adult in this whole documentary that I'm cool with is the FBI agent. The mama, I'm just gonna say it, she trash. The daddy trash. Of course, Joe was trash. The brother, he trash because he was like basically condoning like she was just a half sister, so that don't really matter. Joe shouldn't have been putting his hands on nobody's child. Nobody's child. I was kind of like, okay, the brother got some sense until he got to talking that mess about, well, Joe was touching on our little sister, but she was a half sister, so that don't really count. No, you trash too. The FBI agent told y'all to stay away from Joe, but y'all didn't. Those people trash. The only person not trash is the FBI agent. Y'all have to watch. If y'all haven't, you guys have to watch this. Abducted in Plain Sight is on Netflix. You will be all in your feelings. I'm going to let you know that right now. Because I was all the way in my feelings. I said, I know you lying like several times watching this. I just couldn't believe what was going on. And when I finally, I forgot to mention, at one point, Joe burnt down their family business. To add all that, the mess up he did, molesting her and all that other stuff, and kidnap her on several occasions, he burnt down the family business as well. Yeah, so y'all go check that out. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, you a family member, you one of my peoples, welcome back. And tell your people to tell their people to come over here and be one of my peoples. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.